Thank you very much. Good night. At this point in time, many of us would have adapted to a hybrid model of work, perhaps going to the office 2 to 3 times in a week while working from home for the rest of the days. In this video, I'll go over some accessories that will help you to make that work to leisure transition just a little more seamless. I use a dual PC setup at home, a company-issued laptop for work, and a custom PC for gaming and editing videos for this channel. Because I had the work laptop connected to the monitor via the HDMI port and the PC connected via DisplayPort, I had to fiddle with the menu in order to switch display inputs when I wanted to swap computers. That process is now simplified with the TESmart Dual Monitor KVM Switch. Now with just the press of one button, both my monitor and keyboard switch inputs between the PC and laptop. It works by connecting 2 inputs via DisplayPort to each of the computers and one DisplayPort output to the monitor. For the USB function, you'd also need to connect 2 USB cables connecting the switch and the 2 computers, then connect your keyboard to the switch. While TESmart has a list of keyboards that work on their dedicated keyboard port, unfortunately for me, my custom keyboard isn't compatible, so I used the USB 2.0 port instead. Do note that the KVM switch will also need to be connected to power. Overall, this gave quite a few more cables to manage, so I decided to mount the switch under my desk with 3M mounting tape. The KVM switch does also come with a remote control, but I find that clicking the button on the device itself to be the most efficient. The KVM switch isn't quite fully compatible with wireless mice, but I don't need it since the MX Master 3 already switches between up to 3 computers with Bluetooth with the button underneath. This mouse is hands down my favorite mouse for productivity. The side scroll is great for video editing timelines, and all of its buttons are customizable using the Logitech Options software specific to each application you use. I have my thumb button set to the razor function on Adobe Premiere and the forward and back buttons set to the default redo and undo function. My personal favorite function is the infinite scroll wheel that gets through long pages easily, and it's also kind of fun to fidget with. If you've recently invested in a new Mac like the M2 MacBook Air and need a portable hub for your I/O, you could use something like the Uni Pro USB-C 8-in-1 hub. It comes with all the ports you could need: 1GB per second Ethernet, 100W power delivery, SD card reader, 4K HDMI at 30Hz, and USB 3.0 and 2.0 ports. It's small and compact, has a detachable cable so you don't have to bend it into awkward positions like other dongles. It also comes included with a detachable rubber case to protect it from drops or scratches, which is a nice touch. Though I generally use it without the case since I keep my dongle in an organizer, the Orbit Key Nest. This is a portable organizer that's ideal for any of your loose items or tech. It has innovative customizable dividers you can move around to accommodate different size items, a card compartment for loose cards and SD cards, and because it's portable, I keep all essential tech such as portable hard drives, wireless earbuds, and cables in the Nest, and it's easy to just plop it into my bag for travel to the office. When at the office, it's easy to plug in the provided USB-C cable and to keep my phone charged with the inbuilt 10W wireless charger. I've always doubted the need for wireless charging, but after using it for a while, it really does come in quite handy. If you're looking for a budget all-in-one solution for your audio and microphone, consider the fifine H6 USB headset. It's made of a mostly plastic construction with a metal band and PU leather head strap and ear cups. In general, I've had poor experiences with peeling PU leather even with more premium headphones. I'm not sure how this will hold up over time. That said, I would say this is a pretty good construction given its $40 USD price tag. The smiley face on the side panel is something I'm not really a fan of. The RGB looks good enough, but you can't change the colors, and I wish there was a way to turn it off. The inbuilt microphone is detachable, which is a plus, so you can remove it when you're not using it. In terms of sound quality, I'd say I'm quite impressed. It has really punchy bass, which is great for FPS and bass heavy music. This is a gaming headset at the end of the day, so don't expect audiophile quality here. It does suffer a little in the clarity department when compared to entry-level headphones like the AT-USD SHP 9500s. There are 3 EQ modes: movie, game, and music mode. For me, I stick to the movie mode because I find that it's the most flat and neutral sounding. The game mode amps up the bass a little too much that it sounds muddy, and the music mode seems to bring up the treble, which I'm not really a fan of. It does have a 7.1 surround sound mode. In my testing play a couple of rounds of Valorant death matches, I've noticed that keeping this mode off works better for locational audio. With it off, there's a clear separation between the left and right, but with it turned on, the sound from the left starts bleeding into the right and vice versa. From testing on 3D surround tests, the 7.1 surround sound mode does give you a more immersive experience, so my recommendation would be to use this for immersion in non-competitive games and consuming content. Fifine's a company that's recently been well known to make pretty good USB condenser microphones, so when I had the opportunity to try out the headset, I was pretty excited to try out the mic quality on this. So this segment you're listening to right now is recorded on the Fifine H6 without any processing, so hopefully you get an idea of how it sounds. For me, I have to say I'm really impressed with the sound quality, especially at this price. This is really great value for your audio needs. Without any editing or EQ in post, you can definitely still make out the difference in clarity in a voice between the Fifine and the Samsung Q9U, which is what I usually use for recording my YouTube audio. After a little bit of post-processing though, like you're listening to right now, the quality is almost indiscernible, which is incredible for a $40 headset compared to a $200 microphone. Fifine did a great job with their microphones, and I hope they continue to keep it up to give budget users viable alternatives. Maybe just give an option to turn off the RGB, and this headset would be great not just for gaming, but for your work calls too. I hope you found some of these products useful. Follow the links down below to check them out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment on your favorite product on this list, and I'll see you in the next one.